So we are on to the next section of the ASK checklist, which is situations. And this section is really helping us to determine, does this article help us in this particular situation? So the first question for situations is, does this website answer the types of questions you have? So that's usually a pretty easy one to answer. When I look at the Teens Health website itself, and specifically this article, I know that this is about nutrition. And in fact, the title of the article is the exact same question I had originally asked. So that gives me a pretty good clue. And just scanning through the article itself, I can see that it's going to tell me about portion sizes, which I know, it makes sense, would help us determine how much food we should eat. We don't want to go overboard on our portions. Also about serving sizes, knowing what a healthy serving looks like, what specifically to eat, and the food groups that we should be choosing from for variety. Other tips, including the My Plate, which is from the US government, and other portion control tips. So just by scanning through the article itself, oh, and also I forgot to mention, there's a specific section in this video here about how to read a food label, which is an important part of making sure you're eating the right amount. So by scanning through the article relatively quickly, I was able to see that, yes, this article does seem like it's going to answer the types of questions I have. So going back to my checklist, I'm going to give this one a check. That yes, the website does answer the types of questions I have. And to provide evidence of that, to justify my answer, I'm going to say that yes, this article is about nutrition and portion sizes. In addition to that, I wanted to make note that this website also answers lots of other health-related questions. So there's articles specifically about nutrition, but if you're a teenager or a child or a parent that has questions about other health topics, there are many on this website, including drugs and alcohol, being safe, different diseases, sexual health, getting sick, lots of different types of health topics. So I included that in my justification as well, that this article is specifically about nutrition, but the website itself provides a broader array of different information. The next question in the situations category is there enough information provided to answer my question thoroughly? And remember that thoroughly means in depth, not just giving me a quick answer, but giving me enough information to really answer the question in depth. So as I am trying to answer this question, what you would need to do at this point is actually read the article. So I'm not going to read the article out loud to you in this video. So if you haven't read the entire article yet, what you need to do is stop the video and either read the printed version of this article that I've given you in class, or you can go to the teenshealth.org website and find the article titled, "How Much Food Should I Eat?" Now, I personally have already read this article before. And what I can tell you in response to the question that we're looking for, is there enough information in this article to answer my question? Remember, my question was, how much food should I be eating? And I can tell you after reading this article that this article does a good job of giving me some basic information to answer that question, but it doesn't tell me specifically how many calories I should be eating or how many servings of each food group I should be eating. And that makes sense when you think about it. This article, the author of this article doesn't know me and doesn't know how active I am or what my age is. So the author can't give me a specific number to be aiming for. Instead, what this article does is gives me some information to educate me about the many factors that I could use to figure out how much I should be eating. For example, it'll give me information about portion sizes and how a lot of times they are really large and way more food than we really need to be eating, more food than we can burn off in our day. That would be a factor that would determine how much I should eat. It also gives us information about food labels and serving sizes to make sure we're not eating more servings than we think we're eating. It also gives some information about food groups and choosing a variety of foods from each section of the plate. But again, it doesn't tell me specifically how much I need. So as I'm thinking about this question and trying to determine, is there really enough information in this article to help me answer that question? I'm first going to make a note that the article is really giving me some basic information to help me understand, but no, it's not really telling me how much I should eat. However, as I read through this article, I noticed that there are some other tools included, and those tools might help me figure out what I need to eat based on my lifestyle. So one of the tools that is available is the choosemyplate.gov website. So I'm going to click on that. And remember, that was linked right in the article I was reading. So the choosemyplate.gov site is from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which is the government department that helps make sure Americans are healthy with the food that they're eating and are educated to know what to eat. So one tool that I can use is here in the online tools of that site. I'm going to go to My Plate Plan. And this web page will help me determine how many calories should I be aiming for every day, and how many food groups should I be aiming for. So this is more personalized. You can see it right here. So the article that I was reading was basic. It wasn't personalized for me. Instead, this is a food plan that's going to be a lot more personalized based on my age, my gender, my height or weight, and how physically active I am. Those are all factors that will determine how much I should be eating every day. The older you are, so somebody who's an adult doesn't tend to need as many calories. Teenagers burn a lot of calories because you're still growing, so you tend to need more. Males tend to need more calories than females because they have slightly more muscle cells that burn more calories. People who are taller tend to need more calories. And similarly, people who are larger tend to need more calories depending on the situation. And of course, as you know, people who are more physically active are burning more calories during their day. So they need to eat more to recover. So we can click on Start to get started. And I'm going to say that I'm a 15-year-old guy. Let's say that I weigh, 150 pounds, and I'm 5'7". I have no idea whether that's reasonable or not, but we're just going to go with it. The next thing I'm going to select is how physically active I am. And let's say I'm kind of moderately active. I usually get 30 to 60 minutes a day of some pretty moderate physical activity, which would mean not all out sprinting, but not just a walk. It's more in between that. All right, so here's what I can do. I can calculate my food plan. And this is saying that as a 15-year-old boy who's about 150 pounds, 5'7", who's moderately active, I should be consuming about 3,000 calories worth of energy in my food every day. That's pretty cool. So I can click right on that, and this gives me some more personalized information. So those 3,000 calories I should be eating through 2.5 cups of fruits every day, 4 cups of veggies, about 10 ounces of grains every day, 7 ounces of protein, and 3 cups of dairy. So even though the Teens Health article didn't really give me specific information for what I need based on my lifestyle, there was a resource provided within it that did give me some more information. So I'm going to go back to my checklist, and I'm going to make a note that the choosemyplate.gov website, which remember is from the USDA, the Department of Agriculture for the government, gives me some more individualized notes about what I should be eating every day. So based on that, I feel pretty confident that I know pretty specifically what I should be eating every day, what dietitians and nutritionists would recommend I be eating every day to stay healthy. So in the situations category, we've got 2 more check marks. So far, so good for the Teens Health article.